What's good, Bushido Driver YouTube? We've got another video today, and this one is a first for the channel. We're actually bringing on board a new vehicle. Now, we're not going to do a whole bunch of hype and build up and all that algorithm nonsense. We're going to get fairly to the point. So, clearly we have a thing for wagons, and green is the best color for a wagon. Fight me in the comments if you want to on that one. So we had an opportunity to increase the Volvo fleet, and to do so with, in my opinion, kind of an iconic wagon as far as the Turbobricks community is concerned. Saw it come up local-ish, and the icing on the cake was that it was advertised as ability to drive home. So I thought that would be a neat story to go down there, you know, drive it back, film it. You know, we'll get into the story behind that maybe in another video, but this is just a quick introduction. So, with me we have a lovely lady, Miss Mary Jane. Now, Mary Jane is a 1975 Volvo 245. It's an interesting year. It's kind of funny that we have 75 and 93, which kind of encapsulates the entire Volvo production run. I think 77 to 93 technically is the official body style production run. I'm not sure exactly what chassis differences made that the case. Maybe it was the taillights, not sure. But this build was pretty popular on Turbobricks, and for good reason. It is a rare year. It's a cool car, cool color, and it had some cool mods. So it's got all sorts of fun parts. We got B&E suspension and the Cayenne brakes. We got the quad rounds up front with some auxiliary fog lights, custom wiring, some ESR 17s. We've got the R Sport gauge cluster, personal wheel, various gauges. T5 transmission. We've got a lock and diff down there. But of course the coolest part, I think most people were, when this wagon was built back in 2014, was the 16 valve swap. Now, this poor girl was rode hard and put up wet, unfortunately. That was part of the appeal of even doing this project, was I didn't want to see something that maybe I had a chance to own for a bit, to just, you know, fade away and to continue to rot and degrade. Unfortunately, a lot of that's already taken place, but we are well on our way to fixing it. So the scope of this project really is going to be, step one, get this thing running plus or minus the way Miles had it running back, you know, a decade ago, plus or minus, or at least when it was sold to whoever down in Florida on eBay. So we're going to try as we might. Now, clearly 93, I'm a LH 2.4 guy, and then when LH reaches its limits, then we're going to go full on Haltech or some real ECU. We're not going to try to monkey around making big power on LH. But LH 2.2, there was a little bit of controversy when he built this car, people saying, why go with 2.2? It's dumb as a box of rocks, yada yada yada. I'm sure you can research the forums and the comments to find all that information. But so far, I'm kind of seeing where they're coming from. LH does not seem like the most potent system. If this was 2.4, would have had it running like a champ. Now, part of that is because I do have a decent stash of parts for LH 2.4. 2.2, I literally have nothing. So we're trying our best to make things work as they are. Now, with the test drive, this thing drove like absolute crap. I mean, you couldn't give it any throttle. It was bogging, it was dying, it was all over the place. And it was really on faith and just the word of the seller, who's a good guy, that it was as advertised, because certainly nothing about the actual test drive or evaluation experience would have suggested that. But nonetheless, here we are. So we're trying to dig in. A couple of things right off the bat needed to be addressed. So as part of the process in getting this thing ready, the fuel rail actually got cracked and was leaking. Previous owner actually built a new fuel line so we could even take it on that test drive, because that had sprung a leak underneath somewhere. I'll double check and kind of get that spruced up. But got to replace the fuel rail. Had some large injectors in there, thought that might have been the problem. And we're gonna have to replace this rail anyway. But one of the cool things that Miles did, shout out to Miles, we've got the fuel line here. He installed a fuel pump prime button. Apparently LH does not prime the injectors like 2.4 does when you turn the key on. So this button, listen, actually serves that purpose. But more practically, what it does is it actually provides a way for me to fill up this little cup, because we need to soak these O2 sensors and try to get these things clean. When I tell you this thing was black, everything black. I mean, it was shooting out particles from the dang exhaust. It was running so rich. So the O2 sensors have been pulled. And one of the problems, I think, was that they were in the wrong positions. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to double check the Bentley. But the O2 sensor for LH 2.2, I believe, should be in this hole. And then further down the downpipe is where the O2 sensor should be for the wideband that's in here. Those two were switched. So the wideband was right up here, black as night. And the 2.2 O2 sensor was down there, also black as night. Matter of fact, let's go. Well, I mean, you can see these things. It's like you just dipped them in black paint. It's like the that stealth paint. These things are coated. So we're gonna soak those in gasoline for a little bit, let them dry off, hit them with some carb cleaner, let them dry, and then hopefully they will be serviceable, because they weren't really doing much of anything in that condition. So let's see, is that enough gas? We probably need a little bit more. Let's go ahead and, there we go. Okay, yeah, that should certainly be enough right there. There we go. Yeah, so that's where we're at right now. Plan is to just try to get this thing running halfway decent. Oof. Yeah, I don't even want to shake those up, because look at all the crud in there. Now, ultimately, we may have to end up just replacing these sensors, but that's a wait, because nobody just has 2.2 stuff laying around, or this, what's this other one? The odometer wideband laying around. So we'll see. So that's it. That's the new introduction. Bushido Driver YouTube, meet Mary Jane, YouTube. We're gonna, no idea what the schedule is gonna be, because we got a lot of things going on in life right now, but we're gonna try to get out a couple of videos as we make some major milestones and kind of get this project rolling. We got the O2 sensors. It wasn't running at all when we first got it. Turns out timing was off. So pulled everything, pulled the distributor, did a nice little my Turbobricks viewers will probably appreciate the fix here. So these 2.2 distributors are getting harder and harder to find in the junkyard, or much of anywhere for that matter. And so the Hall effect sensor was kind of dangling on there, and I thought that maybe it was kind of intermittent, or the wires moving around might have caused an issue. So we were able to pull that and get it zip tied on, and so far so good. It's cranked up a few times, doesn't seem to be having any issues as far as spark and timing goes. So fingers crossed that holds at least long enough to get all the tests done, and then if we need to order a new one or find one, then we will. Oh, also airflow meter, just like these O2 sensors were black, pulled this off, hit it with some carb cleaner, night and day difference. So hopefully that helps. New fuel rail, getting the injectors cleaned and flow tested. We'll throw those back in there. It's got 440s, and we'll see how those work. It's got a 3-inch AMM the 006, I do believe. And then it's got 440 injectors out of an S40 turbo. When I first got it and it was running rich and running like crap, I thought maybe those injectors were a little bit too big. The internet seems to suggest the LH 2.2 is not great at handling larger injectors. Again, we'll see. This whole theme of this is we'll see. Don't know, but we're gonna find out. So that is it for the new vehicle introduction, and we will catch you on the next one.